forward head posture. Today I'm going to talk to you about the top 4 most common reasons why this is such a common issue, the root causes, and they're not what you think they are, so make sure you watch this whole thing. Blake here, Guerrillazen Fitness. Forward head posture, nerd neck, vulture neck, whatever you want to call it, very common issue. And it has some interesting root causes that are not as intuitive as it might seem. Number 1, which is the most obvious one, is tissue adaptation, okay? Your body basically cements itself in the positions that you put it in and sustain for long periods of time, all right? So if you're kind of looming over a iPad, a book, you're spending a lot of time in this position doing this kind of thing, that is the most obvious reason why you might have forward head posture. Your fascia is going through something called creep deformation, and it's getting like stuck in that position. And there is no doubt about it, spending a lot of time in forward head posture is one of the most common contributing factors behind the development of it. But it's really the most obvious one, and the ones I'm going to talk about next, I think you're going to find them very interesting. Number 2 is poor pelvic alignment, all right? The pelvis is the base of the spine, all right? If the pelvis is doing anything funky, you have a forward tilt to the pelvis, a posterior tilt to the pelvis, your pelvis is swayed forwards, so on and so forth. That creates ripple effects all the way up the kinetic chain into the low back, the upper back, the thoracic spine, your shoulders, and your neck, okay? So I always tell people about the importance of proper pelvic posture, okay? Sway back into your pelvic tilt. I've made many videos about these things, so I'm not going to talk about that today. But I've talked about these things for 10 years. What I want you to understand, though, the base, the foundation of the whole spine is the pelvis, and anything going on there can contribute to issues upstream from there in the low back, the upper back, the shoulders, the neck, so on and so forth. So sometimes just being aware of your neck position and even doing exercises for upper cross syndrome, pattern of muscle imbalances, is not enough to correct forward head posture, especially if the pelvis is not stacked up over the ankle and has a nice, good cylindrical position between itself and the rib cage. So poor pelvic alignment is a really big key factor behind the development of forward head posture as well. Number 3 is poor breathing patterns. I made a video about this a couple weeks ago, but effectively you have one main breathing muscle that your body should be using to breathe. It relies on this muscle the most to breathe, is your diaphragm. Okay, it's a big dome-shaped muscle inside of your chest. When you inhale, it goes down. When you exhale, it comes up. That expands the belly and the rib cage, allows you to take in, a deep breath and fill up your lungs. There are helper muscles that work with the diaphragm. They're supposed to assist it, synergize with it, help it out, all right? They're not supposed to do all the work for it. When they are doing all the work for it, we call that accessory breathing or secondary breathing. And basically what's happening here when people have this going on is they're taking shallow chest breaths up into their upper chest, into their neck, and they're actually using their chest muscles and a lot of their neck muscles to work, all right? What I'm showing right now is a client that has this going on, and you can actually see his sternocleidomastoid popping out, okay? This is a big, thick muscle that attaches on the mastoid process back here, runs forward and attaches on the chest. If you're using that to breathe all day long, you're making that muscle tight, and when that muscle tightens up, the attachment and the insertion back here and here get pulled towards one another, and it causes forward head posture. So mouth breathing and secondary breathing, and by the way, when you breathe through the mouth instead of the nose, it more readily recruits these neck muscles and causes that accessory breathing or neck breathing. But that is another major cause of forward head posture. The last one that I want you to know about is what's called a tongue tie. Okay, there's basically your frenulum, which is a piece of tissue underneath the tongue. That thing, it's indirectly connected to the front of the neck via fascia, okay? And some people have what's called a tongue tie, which is effectively a really restricted tongue, all right? One that can't get a good seal to the roof of the mouth. Long story short, this is something that can also contribute to forward head posture, okay? Especially if you have that going on and you have no idea that you even have a tongue tie going on. I made a short about that a couple months ago. All of these things I have videos on my channel. The point of this video today is so that you just have some more awareness of what's going on, because it's really not as simple as you have forward head postures because you're doing computer work all day long, all right? That obviously is a big contributing factor, but it's not the only thing that can cause forward head posture. And these other things that I went over today are equally as common as spending a lot of time in forward head posture, if not more common. And if you're not addressing those, you're not really going to be able to significantly impact or correct your forward head posture. So this is something that I do professionally. I've helped people improve their posture, their muscle imbalances, their mobility, their flexibility for almost 20 years now, okay? You're seeing some of my clients on the screen right now. They're before and after pictures. This is what I do. If you want to work with me, if you want to check out my coaching page, see what I do, hear from more of my clients, see more transformations, open up the description beneath this video, click coaching, and you can check out my page. If you want to apply for coaching with me, you'll have the opportunity to do so. If you're looking for a free workout that helps you correct your muscle imbalances, improve your posture, improve your mobility, your flexibility, then click the link in the comments down below that says 3-day functional training split. This is basically a copy of my free workout that helps you get stronger and leaner while correcting common muscle imbalances, postural issues, mobility, and flexibility problems, okay? So if you're watching this video, you'll probably be into that. Click that link in the comments down below. That will take you to my website. I'll ask you for your email. As soon as you enter in your email, I'll send you a copy of that workout within 5 minutes. If you haven't yet subscribed to my YouTube channel, go ahead and do that down below. Click that button over there. Also click that notification bell, because I'm going to be a lot more active here on YouTube this year. Let me know what you want me to make videos on in the comments down below. I'm always eager for your feedback. That's pretty much it for today. I hope you have a great one. Talk to you soon.